Heading into today, the Yankees sit in second place in the American League East Division, only a game and a half back. The Blue Jays are at the bottom of the division, helping lead the Red Sox over Colorado 3-2. He is currently in the top 5 in the AL in triples. At the moment, the Red Sox are leading the American League East. They have a small game and a half advantage over second. The Rockies sit in last place in the National League West Division. They're 7.5 games out of first. The Marlins completed a short 2-game sweep as they took down the Rays in St. Petersburg 3-2. Right now, the Rays sit in 4th place in the American League East Division. They're 7 games back. The Marlins are in last place in the NL East, 12.5 games back. Giovanni Gallardo pitched into the 9th inning with 1 earned run on his line as the Orioles grabbed the victory over the Astros 3-2. As of today, the Astros sit in last place in the American League West Division. They're 7.5 games out of first. The Orioles are in 3rd place in the AL East, 3 games back. Matt Albers got his second W of the season, helping the White Sox push past the Royals 5-4. Looking at the standings, the Royals sit in 4th place in the American League Central Division, 5 games back. The White Sox are atop the division. They have a small half-game advantage. The Milwaukee Brewers got 11 overall hits as they nabbed an extra innings win over the Braves 4-3. They now have 6 straight victories. Heading into today, the Braves sit in 4th place in the National League East Division, 11.5 games out of first. The Brewers are in last place in the NL Central, 11.5 games out of first. The St. Louis Cardinals hit 3 long balls as they took down the Nationals in Washington 4-0. Right now, the Nationals are in 1st place in the NL East. They have a commanding 7.5 game advantage over second. The Cardinals sit in 2nd place in the National League Central, only a game and a half back. The Pittsburgh Pirates put together 10 hits total as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 4-3. As of today, the Pirates are in 4th place in the NL Central. They trail by 8.5 games. The Diamondbacks sit in 4th place in the National League West, 6.5 games back. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games.
Friday night baseball under the dome at Tropicana Field. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Jake Odorizzi, a right-hander from Illinois, will be the starter here. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, you see the ERA there. Not anything that's going to jump out, but he has been dependable and gives his ball club a chance to win.
Stepping in as the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury, and we are ready for baseball from Tropicana Field.
Center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Underway now on a Friday night as the first pitch of our series misses for ball 1. And, Eric, as we take a look at the Rays entering play here tonight, they have not been playing their best baseball of late as they've dropped 4 of their last 5.
And, you know, The little things have been a recurring theme on these telecasts for years now, but when you're in a losing streak like this, no matter how minor it is, it always seems like the little things are going the other team's way. That has certainly been the case these last few games.
Throw on to first, and Ellsbury's a ground out victim to open up the ball game. So now let's take a look at Joe Girardi's lineup for the visiting Yankees. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Steve?
Well, they know they're playing on a team that has a great team ERA, so just a couple of runs can be enough for them to get victories.
Brett Gardner will make his way in now as you get a look at his splits there on your screen. Odorizzi's ready. First pitch on its way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. Time for a look at the umpires working this one. Behind the plate is Darryl Parker.
Well, overall, Parker is a solid umpire, but I have seen sometimes when there was some inconsistency calling the corners. As a pitcher, it seems he doesn't always give you the same spot when it's on the black.
Hit to third. Longoria's got it. On to first, and there were two down. And with a quick breather here, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for Tampa Bay. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, this manager loves to do the defensive shifts. So we're going to see a lot of odd formations as the game goes along. I can't wait to see how it works.
Alex Rodriguez will stand in, and as you can see the numbers away from home, he's been much better once he gets out on the road. A little bouncer. Throw on to the first baseman, Loney, and the side is retired. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. Yankees nothing. Tampa Bay coming up. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Luis Severino is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for the Yanks. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, not a big strikeout pitcher here on the mound, so expect to see a lot of balls put in play, defense being very involved. Should be fun to watch.
Kevin Kiermaier comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Kevin Kiermaier.
That's a ball.
Fastball too high to start him out here 1-0. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, EK, they come in off another victory last time out, and now they're winners of 8 of their last 9 ball games.
And before they hit the road here, they had a pretty nice 6-1 week at home on their 7-game homestand. They're in a pretty good groove right now, no question about that.
One and one, here it comes. This one's chopped foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And here's one that barely misses off the inside corner. 2-2.
Ooh, there's a tough one to take right there on a 1-2 pitch, especially after fighting off so many pitches leading up to that one.
Grounded to third. Rodriguez is up with it, and a throw on to first by A-Rod is in time, 1 away. And with that, a look at the
opposing pitcher here gives up a ton of home runs, so maybe these guys are just licking their chops. Wait for a great pitch to hit, and then go yard.
Stepping in, Logan Forsythe. He'll get to take his first cuts here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there at the knees, strike one.
That first pitch is going to be key all night long. If he gets ahead early with the fastball, that's when he can get tough to figure out, especially with the arsenal that he has.
Fastball misses inside. It's even at one.
One strike.
And that fastball's too much for him there. 1-2.
Well, that's a good location for the fastball there. That's what he'll need to do. Try to get the hitters to expand their zone. Get these guys reaching for stuff off the plate.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are two gone. And with that, let's give you a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, one of the most exciting things we're going to have an opportunity to see in this one, the throwing arm of that catcher. He absolutely has a cannon. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you ever saw him on the mound someday. We'll get an opportunity to watch him in this one.
Corey Dickerson will stand in, and as you can see, he's had troubles here in his own ballpark. He's much better away from home. And that misses inside. 1-0. Two out, nobody on. And that's too high, ball two.
Yeah, he's looked at two close pitches. You get the feeling that this is the calm before the storm. I think he'll unload on this one if this thing is anywhere near the zone.
Swing and a liner, but foul. He goes the other way as this is hit well out toward deep left field. Gardner has a beat on it, and the inning is over. We'll head to the second inning here in St. Pete with no score. Mark Teixeira steps in for the first time. One of those guys really needing something to click at the plate right now. It's been a rough go of it lately. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. One pitch is a splitter, called strike two. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out.
And you'll get a good look at the grip on his two-seam fastball. You grip it along the narrower seams on the baseball, and that gives it that running action you don't see on the four-seamers.
Here's Carlos Beltran. And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. The average at 284 to begin play. 8 home runs and 23 driven in. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. And Beltran able to lay off that time, and the count moves back to 2-2. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Odorizzi looks in. 2-2 on its way home. And another foul ball. No score here as we play inning number 2. Chop foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Pulled toward right center field. On the move is Kiermaier. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Well, that was a struggle with a capital S, but he finally gets him to lift the fly ball here to end the 9-pitch at bat. That'll take some life out of the arm.
Brian McCann will come forward now, back in the lineup here after getting yesterday afternoon off. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Lays off 1-0.
Sometimes all it takes is just one call to go against you, like that one right there, and then you get yourself out of your own rhythm. You got to be able to put that behind you and move on.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. This is line to left, and that gets down in front of Jennings, a base hit.
Batting 7.
Well, this ball's hit pretty well, but this is a nice play out there to play the carom off the wall and then get the ball in quickly, and that's going to hold his man to just a single. That's a nice play.
Greg Bird will stand in, hoping for a reversal of fortune here as he's seen that average drop precipitously these past 10 ball games. And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike 1.
Got in his kitchen big time right there.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone, because a few inches lower and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Jennings is under it, and that retires the side. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. On now to the bottom of the second, and we are tied 0-0. Steve Pearce will get his first shot down, and he's seen that average climb a bit here recently thanks to what he's done over the course of these last 5 ball games. Into the windup and the pitch. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
And you know, if you're going to challenge a guy up in the zone with a fastball, why not do it on the first pitch? A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway, and you just bought yourself a strike that you can now throw anything off of.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Too high. 1-2.
A good high fastball. Maybe something to try and change the eye level there. Now, I might anticipate another slider down in the zone, maybe even in the dirt.
Swing and a little tapper. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Bottom dropped out on him, and that's just 1 away.
Yeah, a nice job behind the plate. He wants it low, so he's got a good idea that this ball might be in the dirt, so he's able to smother it and then make the strong throw to first.
Evan Longoria will come forward now as we give you a look at his home and away splits so far this year. Outfield shaded a bit to left center. The first pitch. There's a strike at the knees. 0-1. Swung on and chopped up the middle. Gloved by Castro. On to first, and a sigh of relief as Longoria's retired easily for the second out.
First baseman, James Loney.
James Loney will get his first opportunity here, and that average is certainly not where he wants it, down in the 220s to begin the ball game.
Hey, you never know. Things might be looking up for this guy. He's hitting over 300 in his last 10 games, even though his season average doesn't look that good.
Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. That evens it up 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And he finds a way to catch the zone here. It's 1-2.
The fastball looks awfully sharp here early on. Sound sharp, too.
Bottom of the second here with no score. Swing and a liner. But this will be foul. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Rays. We'll move to the third with no score. Starlin Castro will stand in now. He homered in the ball game yesterday afternoon.
Well, guys, one good game does not a season make. He's been hitting under 250 over his last 10 games, so hopefully he's figured something out.
Too high that time with the inning's first pitch. It's ball 1. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Dickerson's there. One down.
Batting ninth, shortstop, Didi Gregorius.
Now to the plate, Didi Gregorius, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Nope.
Too high, 1-0.
Ball one, no strike.
And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball two.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Odorizzi gets the sign. Here's the 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now. Seems like they're working very cautiously here. Is this a little too cautious?
Yeah, I mean, why are they giving this guy so much credit up there? He's someone that you got to come right after.
And he gets this fastball over, back to 3-1 now.
And at the plate, he might have been told, look, you're taken until you get a strike. Not a bad idea.
Third inning, no score to this point. And he takes ball four. So a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
And you'd like to say good job there, good eye. But in reality, nobody's swinging at that pitch. It's not even close.
Jacoby Ellsbury will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball game.
And he only saw a couple pitches, too. And that's great for the pitcher when you can get an easy leadoff out like that.
Low with the splitter, ball one.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Runner at first here, one man out. That's popped up out towards short right field. Forsythe is there for it. Two gone.
Well, here it is again. Look at him just bury this one right at the letters. And you can see it. He got him to pull off the swing a bit and just pop it straight up.
Here's Brett Gardner now, as he'll take a called strike here on a borderline pitch at strike one.
Tonight, borderline calls, you got to be swinging.
Here's the ball popped up, but playable behind the plate for Conger. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. One left for the Yankees. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Matt Vasgersian, Eric Karros, Steve Lyons as Desmond Jennings settles in to kick things off for Tampa Bay. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. slapped hard the opposite way. And the Rays are into the hit column with their first hit of the contest.
Well, you got to start a streak somewhere, and he's well into this one now. A 6-game hit streak with that base hit. He's swinging the bat pretty good right now.
Into the box, Hank Conger, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
And now he's hitting left-handed, where he's a lot more comfortable over his career.
He's set. Here it comes. And that's in there for strike one. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does two things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal at all.
Sets the target low here, and it misses 1-1. Nobody out, runner on first. In there, 1-2 now. Late making contact on that swing, and will do it again on 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Yeah, maybe a little bit extra on this 2-2 fastball. Here it is on show track, and you can see it just burn off that inside corner. That's a tough pitch to handle.
Here's Brad Miller, the shortstop. Pitch out. Nothing doing. Now a throw over to first, and the runner back. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. Now a throw over, and the runner back safely. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. High and wide. 2 balls and a strike. And the pitch on 2-1. On the move is Jennings. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Here's Jennings around third with a full head of steam. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Well, he just made a mistake right there. This pitch up in the zone. He's got to get this ball down and try to get the double play ball. Instead, he leaves the pitch up, and that's going to wind up scoring that runner all the way from first base.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air.
Well, chalk another one up for that pitcher. He's used to breaking bats, and he'll give you a little stare down after doing something like that every once in a while.
Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Has to be thinking strikeout here. And a wasted pitch there, 1-2.
Maybe a good opportunity here to show him a changeup, give him a different look.
A ball and 2 strikes, here it is. And this is swung on and missed, his 5th strikeout already, and there are 2 gone in the inning.
Well, some guys use the fastball to get to 2 strikes and then use something else to get you out. Not this guy. He works backwards here and winds up getting them with back-to-back fastballs in the end.
Standing in now, Logan Forsythe, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. And he takes this one high, 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. And he pumps the fastball by him here, 1-2 now. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Ready on 1-2. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
His pitch count is really spiked here in the inning. He's up over 50 already.
And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Boy, nothing's really come easy for him so far on the mound. He's had to work for everything, and now he's got to deal with another full count.
Count is full. Here's the pitch. Throws him for strike 3, and that retires the side. A run for the Rays thanks to the RBI double. We played 3 full. Tampa Bay's out to a 1-0 lead. Alex Rodriguez, the third baseman, is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Odorizzi steps into his windup. Here comes the first pitch. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
When you look at the way he's throwing the ball, he's throwing first pitch strikes to less than 40% of the batters that he's faced, and yet he's still pitching well. And we're in the middle of this ball game.
The windup and the 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1.
Well, this is a spot where it helps to have a 2-seam fastball like that so you can work in on the right-handed hitters.
And he lays off for a ball, 2-1. And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Grounded to the right. Gloved by Loney. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
The first baseman, number 25, Mark Teixeira.
Settling in now, Mark Teixeira. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball one. No runs, just one hit, and no errors for the Yankees so far. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitters count here, 2-0.
Two and one after the foul ball there. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. Throw on to first, and they're able to get Teixeira 2 away.
Now batting, right fielder, Carlos Beltran.
So 2 gone in the inning for Carlos Beltran. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate. Hit hard back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. So he's aboard here on the 2-out single, but
look at this graphic here. You can see this isn't one of the stats this team is very proud of. Nothing to write home about, but they're aboard with a single here. That's all that matters right now.
Here comes the first pitch. Brian McCann is in for his second plate appearance as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Now you've got the tying run over at first, 2 away. He's going to be looking to try and find a gap right here and bring that guy all the way around to score.
1-0 pitch on the way. 2-0.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. You don't want to give this guy something where he can just roll over a ground ball and still get it into right field.
Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. And that's taken for a strike on the inside corner. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. Here it comes. High in the air out to center field. Kiermaier has it in his sights. And that ends the inning. Yanks leave 1. They trail this one 1-0. Corey Dickerson is set to lead us off in the home half of the 4th inning.
Right fielder, Corey Dickerson.
And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
Well, he's thrown a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters he's faced, so that's a pretty good percentage because we're into the middle innings right now.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. The 0-2 delivery. And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. Hard hit ball to second. Backhanded. And the throw by Castro takes care of him for the first out.
Now batting, designated hitter, Steve Pierce.
Steve Pierce is into the box. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball, 1-0. Bases are empty, one man out. Ball 2.
This is a good approach when you're facing a pitcher you're not too familiar with. Take a look at a few and see what he's got.
Down low, and the plot thickens here, 3-0.
And he's got a little bit of work to do now to avoid that first walk.
And there's a strike as he'll try to work his way back. It's 3-1. And oh, that should have been ball 4 there, but it's a called strike, and that runs things full at 3-2.
And you know what, guys? I have been really impressed so far. Not only has he used his fastball well, but he's also spotted it well. I mean, that is perfect location right on the knees.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and they come back from a 3-0 count to sit him down on strikes, and there are 2 gone.
Now, he was really late on this one. I mean, really late. You can see where the baseball is by the time he gets the barrel through. I mean, it's darn near in the catcher's glove already. That tells me he was probably looking for something else.
In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
2 out, nobody on. And here's a ball hit in the air, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Here's the 0-2. Sent on the ground, but right into the shift. Gregorius is there. Throw on to Teixeira is going to be in time, and with it, the inning is over. Rays go in order, 1, 2, 3, but they're up 1-0. Greg Bird heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. Fastball called for strike 2. Well, that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
Might have been looking to find that outside corner, but he couldn't quite get it there. It's 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Hit hard down the right field line, but that's a foul ball. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our two starters. And you can see a 5-mile-an-hour difference on their best fastball there. 97 on one hand to 92 on the other. Starlin Castro is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. First delivery to him on the way. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one.
Maybe that's off the black just a little bit, but when you're around the plate as much as he's been, you're going to find that you're going to get a few calls like that.
One out, nobody on. Chop foul over towards the dugout. And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are two away.
And so far he's been real effective using that inside part of the plate tonight. I don't think that pitch was even in the strike zone, and Show Track will confirm that for us right now. But I guess he felt like it was close enough that he had to take a rip at it.
Here's Didi Gregorius. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0.
Yeah, looked like he hit the target. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he made it pan out.
No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far. That's lifted the other way out to left. Jennings on the move, and that's the third out. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. They still trail 1-0. James Loney comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
First baseman, James Loney.
And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1.
I'll give him this. He's not intimidated up there. Well, that was inside. Close to triple digits. He didn't even flinch.
In for a strike. It's 1-1. And Loney takes that one that misses. It's 2-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Played on the backhand. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He doesn't really have a chance to set himself up, so this is all arm, but he makes it look routine.
Here's Desmond Jennings now. As he swings and hits this one fouled off to the right and out of play. Bases are empty, 1 man out.
Nope.
A little bit low that time, maybe outside as well. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Castro's got it. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting, catcher, Hank Unger.
Hank Conger in now. He went down looking in his first trip to the plate.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
A fastball off the plate away. It's ball one. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1.
He's getting a lot of outs right now because he's attacking the hitters. He's not dancing around the zone.
That's hit to short. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 8 in a row he's set down, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Rays, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in to lead things off, as the top of this batting order really hasn't been much of a factor so far.
Yeah, and between the top 3 guys in this lineup, no hits between them. And you got to figure you're not going to win too many games when that's the case.
And action now in the Tampa Bay pen, as it looks like a right-hander's begun to get loose. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. That's right there at the belt. 1-2 now.
Well, it's just game 1 of this series, but you almost have to wonder if they forgot to pack their offense when they got on the plane. It's been nowhere to be found so far.
And they take him out of the zone here, and he obliges. Not the greatest of swings there for the first out.
You can't underestimate how important a start this is when your team's on a losing streak. He has been phenomenal. And it's all thanks to him that they've got a good shot at ending this thing.
So 1 gone in the inning now, and that'll bring in Brett Gardner. The cutter runs outside. Ball 1. Squared that one up just a little late. 1 out, nobody on. Hit to short. Miller's got it. Throw on to first. 2 gone.
Well, this is one of those situations where his guys got him the lead early on, and he's been in complete control ever since. I mean, he's barely been threatened out there.
2 away now in the Yankees' 6th, and set to stand in the still very imposing figure of the 3-time MVP, Alex Rodriguez. And here's a fastball called for strike 1.
And that has been the comfort zone so far in this outing. He's just lived on that outside corner, and it's paid big dividends for him.
And he falls behind 0-2. That misses, says the home plate umpire. 1-2. Where it misses, I'm not quite sure.
Not too sure how you take that one on 0-2.
Yeah, I'm not too sure how you call it a ball either.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Plate, and we'll do it again. 1-2. Here it comes. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. And it's to 2-2 now with the bases empty and 2 gone here in the inning.
And this is where he gets so tough. He's seen everything you've got, but you've still got to make one more good pitch to get him out.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. It remains 1-0. Brad Miller will lead things off as the Rays look to get something going in their half of the 6th. Double-barreled action in the Yankee bullpen now. A lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. Cue shot here out towards short. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
And this guy's had his way with him so far. So maybe this is the way to change things up. Maybe go into attack mode up there. Kind of get the sense that they've been a little too passive. So this is a nice first pitch single.
Kevin Kiermaier will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
Swing and a line drive. Foul. No, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
It was kind of a delayed swing right there. He looked like he had to wait to see if it was going to be anywhere close, and now he's in a big hole.
Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A double play ball to second. 4. The tag gets 1. On to Teixeira and 2 quick outs.
And as a base runner here, you want to do your best to stop and then force the second baseman to try to go to first before he tags you. It's not a real good job right there as this turns into a 4-3 double play.
Into the box now, Logan Forsythe. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1. Well, for that man right there, only the 1 run allowed. How discouraging is that when you're pitching your heart out and you're just not getting the support?
Well, the good pitchers really don't let it get to them. They know that it cuts both ways. Sometimes you give up 5 runs and your guys score you 8. You just have to focus on holding up your end of the bargain.
And, oh, look out. Up and in and nearly took his head off.
He did not like that one bit. You know, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Outside, 3-0 now.
I think at this point, a 2-out walk isn't the worst thing in the world. You'd like to avoid it if you can, but this can be a dangerous spot if you just groove one.
And a good comeback there. It's 3-1.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Inside as he nearly got him, and it's ball 4.
The right fielder, number 10, Corey Dickerson.
Corey Dickerson will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far.
Well, guys, if you split the difference between the fly ball and the grounder he's put in play, you've got a nice line drive. So maybe we'll witness that right here.
And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1.
Yeah, and when that pitch starts off outside, it's much easier to get a better view of it and then just lay off.
and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A two-run blast to straightaway right field, number 13 for him on the year, as the Rays have opened up a 3-0 lead.
That pitcher's got to be thinking, how can I throw a pitch like that in this situation? That thing was so right down the middle, it absolutely got hammered, and he knew it as soon as he let go of it.
Steve Pearce will stand in now following the home run, and you wonder if that losing streak is about to go by the wayside.
Well, they're not home yet, but certainly this has been a much better performance than we've seen out of them for a while now. So all signs seem to be pointing to a potential victory.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and hit in the air down the left field line. Gardner is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Rays get a couple as you take another look at the two-run home run. 4, 5, and 6 coming up to start the 7th. It's now 3-0 Tampa. Back here at Tropicana Field in St. Pete. We're in the 7th with the Rays out in front, and let's get you caught up with our game summary for the first 6 innings. Leading off the inning, Mark Teixeira, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1. That one's going to find the seats. Strike 1. Line toward the alley in left center. And they'll start this inning off with a base hit as that one's through.
One of the first times tonight that they've had their leadoff man on base. Now they've got to find a way to build on it if they want to get back in this thing.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And here's the ever dangerous Carlos Beltran. And a fastball to start things out here. Not close. It's a ball and no strikes. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. A runner at first with no outs here. Hot shot to third. Longoria's there. Forsythe on to first, and they turn the double play.
Well, this ball is hit sharply, but you'll see the pitch is working its way down in the strike zone, and that's very tough to elevate. It's going to wind up being an easy double play ball.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
That command may be starting to drift a bit. It's 2-0 now. And wow, that looked to be well inside, but it's a called strike. 2-1 now.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate.
Well, I think it's time to attack now, because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
2 out, nobody on. And the count will be full. And this misses here for ball 4. Just the second walk he's issued here into his 7th inning of work.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. He gave him a pretty good battle up there, and he never gave in to him. A walk you can work around. A home run, you can't.
Greg Bird will dig in now, hoping to perhaps make him pay for the 2-out walk.
Yeah, nothing going on earlier in this inning, but a chance to make some noise right here. Those kind of walks often seem to come back and bite guys somehow.
Odorizzi comes set. Here's the first pitch. Toss started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1. Sharply hit ball back up the middle. In there, a base hit.
Maybe a chance here to put a dent into that scoreboard after all. This gives them a couple guys on base now here in the late going. And at the very least, another hit here could be enough for them to avoid the shutout.
Starlin Castro will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
Oh, he serves this one out into right field, and it's going to fall in, a base hit. Throws there, and he is out on a beautiful throw as he just came up firing that time.
On the money.
A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More in a moment on the show, the Friday Night Showcase. Dylan Betances will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th. Evan Longoria will stride forward now. He's bounced out a couple of times already here in the ball game.
Just a little off on his earlier swings, guys. You've got to keep that top hand palm up through contact to keep him rolling over.
And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. There's the knuckle curve laid off. 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch.
Nope.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, now he's got to be saying, this is the wrong time for that strike zone to start shrinking. You need that to be a strike.
Line to the right side. And that gets down, and we'll see if that's extra bases. Longoria will take the turn and head for second now. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double.
First baseman number
That
21.
one sounded great off the bat. That's a good, crisp line drive right here to start the inning, and he'll make it up to second with a leadoff double.
Anthony Swarzak will come on now as he'll take over in inning number 7.
41, Anthony Swarzak.
James Loney will be the first one to greet him here, as he'll be doing so with the runner in scoring position and still nobody out. First pitch coming. Here it is. And a high strike there. 0-1. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. The double is his 8th of the season so far. No one out with a runner at second. Slider taken here. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Up at the plate, you got to be thinking right side, but these guys are no dummies out there. They likely won't put anything in a location where he can pull it easily.
This is hit the other way out toward left field. Gardner is there, makes the play, 1 away. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
Fly ball to left's not going to do you any good in this situation. Look, you got a guy on second and nobody out. If you take this to right field and advance a runner, then at least you made a productive out. Instead, this is just a waste.
Desmond Jennings will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
In there, and it's 0-1. Here's the 0-1. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
And you know what? These days, so many guys are throwing in the high 90s. It makes those mid to low 90s guys look easy. But I'll tell you what, if he mixes his pitches well, it can still be plenty fast to have to deal with.
Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. 1 out and a runner on second base. Grounded back up the middle. Castro to his left. He's there. Off balance throw, but he couldn't get enough on it, so it'll be scored as an infield single.
Well, if this ball gets through up the middle, there's a good shot they're going to score a run right there. But you can see a nice effort here at second base to even try to get an out on that play. It'll wind up being an infield single, but at least it keeps that other runner at third base.
Hank Conger will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. First offering on its way. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. Nail-biting time now in that third base dugout.
Well, things are starting to spiral here, and you've got to make sure this doesn't spin completely out of control.
The 1-0 delivery. Ooh, he saws him off with that one, but this lands foul. It's a ball and a strike.
Oh, you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
Hit back up the middle. Scooped up on the backhand. On to Teixeira, and it's in time for the double play. The side is retired. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. We're back to Friday Night Baseball on the show after this. Didi Gregorius comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least 1 back here in this inning.
Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Fastball in there for a called strike.
Well, this has been a pretty good ball game out of a guy who really hasn't pounded the strike zone. He's only thrown a first pitch strike to 40% of the hitters that he's faced, and yet look where he's standing right here, getting it done.
Here comes the 0-1. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. On his way to pitch number 100. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate.
It doesn't take a trained eye to tell you. He's starting to wear down a bit out there on the mound.
Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
Oh, I think he'd be real happy with a leadoff walk. Something just to get things started against this guy.
Ready now with the payoff pitch. Now he turns on a fastball and sends it deep down the right field line. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out.
Yeah, he just keeps rolling right along. It's shut out intact as you get a look at his line so far. Through 7 1/3 innings now, they have just not been able to mount any type of offense against him at all.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in for the 4th time now, still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
And he's not the only one either. This has been a great pitching performance so far, and they've had these guys chasing their tails all game long.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he takes ball 1.
I think that's consistent with how the strike zone gets called nowadays. That's a strike in the rule book, but most umpires won't give you that pitch anymore.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, he's still got that good movement on the two-seamer. He's been throwing it well all night long.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. Close pitch, but just a bit outside. He wanted it, but it's 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
And whatever you do, you can't let that previous call eat at you. You've got to come back with your best pitch here on 3-1.
Ground ball right side. Taken in by Forsythe. Throw to first will be in time to take care of Ellsbury, and there are 2 gone now. It's been a low-scoring affair. 3-0 our score as we show you the numbers for our 2 starters to this point in the contest. Brett Gardner will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
First pitch of the at-bat. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1. I know we have a tendency in the media to get hung up on pitch counts, but this is a legitimate workload he sweated through so far.
Yeah, anytime you get up around that 110 mark, you put in a full shift, and he's fast approaching it here.
Ground ball sent back up the middle, and a close play at the bag, but a good stretch by the first baseman got the out, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. Still down 3-0. Andrew Miller is on out of the bullpen now as he'll take over to start the bottom of the 8th.
Number 48, Andrew Miller.
Brad Miller digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. And some action out in the Yankee bullpen now as a right-hander starts to loosen up. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1.
And he's always so tough on left-handed hitters. That slider is just so difficult to pick up.
And he couldn't pull that one back as he clearly broke the plane to the plate, and that'll be ruled a strike. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Yeah, with the bases empty, that's the right spot for that 0-2 pitch. Make him see if he'll chase that slider.
Out towards second. Backhanded. And the throw by Castro takes care of him for the first out. A couple of good pitching performances by both clubs here. 3-0 our score as you get a look there at the inning-by-inning recap through the first 7 and change. Kevin Kiermaier will stand in, and they've done a good job keeping him off base at the top of the lineup. He's 0 for 3 thus far.
Yeah, guys, not really providing the spark that they usually hope to get out of him. Maybe he can make something happen right here.
And a fastball for Miller as he jumps ahead, 0-1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. That's on the inside corner to put him behind here, 0-2. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
A pause, and the 0-2. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Got him looking with the fastball as that had some two-seam movement to it. 2 gone.
Now batting, second baseman.
Logan Forsythe will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. First pitch on its way. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
I think he was trying to get that slider in on his hands, but I don't think he meant for it to get in that far. I think he just released it a little too late.
Not close. It's 2-0.
2 tough sliders there back to back, and he couldn't get him to bite on either. Now he might have to change tack here, down 2-0.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Three and 0 now.
He's definitely looking fastball there, and you know, he got one, but good recognition not to go up and chase it.
Taking all the way, and it's 3-1 now. He's set. Here's the 3-1. 3-1 is a fastball, and he can't connect. 3-2.
He's going to need to crank that swing up another notch if he's going to catch up to those.
Crowd gets up for the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. A-Rod will lead it off when we get back. It's the Rays 3 and the Yankees nothing. Welcome back to Baseball on the Show from inside the Trop as you get a nice look outdoors at some of the activity in nearby Tampa. Alex Rodriguez will be tasked now with leading things off in their half of the ninth as they'll try to do something to prevent being shut out.
And whatever they've done for the first 8 innings hasn't yielded a whole lot so far, so quite frankly, I'm not expecting too much.
Here's the first pitch to him. Tried to hold back, but this is popped up. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1.
First baseman number 25, Mark Teixeira.
These guys continue to put up very little resistance out there. He's on his way towards a 5-hit shutout.
Mark Teixeira will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs.
Yeah, and you just can't worry about the score right here. You just got to be able to string together a couple of base runners and take it one pitch at a time, one runner at a time.
First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. 1-2 now as this catches the outer half.
Nothing fancy. 3 fastballs so far in this at bat. He could go just about anywhere from here.
Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. 1 out, nobody on. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Set to deal on 2-2. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side.
This is quickly becoming a situation where you'd like your guy to hit the complete game, but once you get into that 115, 120 range, you have to be concerned.
So a runner at first now with 1 away, and here's the ever dangerous Carlos Beltran. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
And you know, whenever he's been in trouble on the mound, he's found a way to turn things around, and that's a good job to start this guy with strike 1.
Comes set with the 0-1. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. The second for 1. On to first, and he rolls the double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over.
Well, we've talked about it all throughout this game. He was completely in charge, essentially, from pitch 1. And now he finishes off a masterful performance here, getting the complete game shutout.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. . 。 And guys, you can't win if you can't score, so there's probably not a whole lot of debate about who'll take home Topps Player of the Game honors in this one.
Yeah, definitely no debate as far as I'm concerned. He was really in complete control the whole way through. Only really got into trouble a few times, and he winds up with a complete game shutout.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Caro, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Rays are victorious in this one, 3-0. Good night from Tampa.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rays, 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 3 men on base. For the Yankees, no runs, 6 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 43 minutes. Again, we remind you for your next trip to Tropicana Field that all vehicles with 4 or more passengers receive free parking all season long. Also, a reminder that extra PSTA buses for routes 18, 32, and 74 can be picked up outside the stadium.